What's going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and we're live this week for week 2.
Guys, we finally made it. We are in Tiki Tribe Production Studios. We've got a live audience of a cat who's hiding. Producer Cubone and producer Charmander up on top of the camera here for us. We've got a lovely backdrop with some wonderful stage lighting. Thank you for joining us. Frank, what's the name of our show again?
It is, right now we have it as Beast Picks.
Beast Picks?
Beast Picks.
With the SS Ultimate Goku and Kyle.
Frank and Kyle.
Or shall we say, if we want to use our show names,
YouTube,
Beast Picks with the SS Ultimate Goku and the Buffalo Wing Beaut himself. Guys, sponsored by Fantasy Beasts and Where to Find Them in the Podcast and Tiki Tribe Production Studios.
Yep.
Not sponsored by this schmear that I'm schminking. That's why we're putting labels out, because we don't get sponsored, and YouTube will yell at us for that.
Yeah, that is true.
But Frank, how did we do last week?
Well, so far, because as you know, tonight is the Monday night game for week 1. So
Yeah, we were bad guys.
Yeah, so we have to tape it ahead of time. So, but as of right now, we're tied actually 8-6-1. Right now, we're both.
Well, I think we'll finish tied though, right? You didn't take Seattle.
We both took.
So one way or another, we'll end up finishing tied for the week, either at 8-7-1 or 9-6-1.
Yep.
If we had to give a prediction early, we're 9-6-1. I don't think there's a chance that Seattle beats Denver, but crazier shit happened this week.
Absolutely. So yeah, if we're gonna get to this picks right now.
Absolutely. So heading into week 2, guys. Starting off on Thursday night, we have the Chargers and the Chiefs. The Chiefs.
And this is Prime too. This is the Amazon Prime Day.
This is starting with Amazon Prime. Yes. They have a good crew of people there. But yeah, starting with the Chiefs. Chiefs are a 3.5-point favorite against the Chargers here. Chiefs look pretty damn good this week.
Like I said, they were going to kill Arizona, and they did just that. So,
what are you thinking for the Thursday night Amazon Prime debut? Who do you got?
I got the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a shootout. I got the Chiefs winning 41-37.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna go out with this with a bang, because I think it's gonna be really good firepower. Chargers, the way they do it. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, the way they scored all the stuff up. I think this is gonna be the best thing for Amazon Prime, especially for a debut. Perfect matchup for them to have.
So I think it's gonna be the best thing for Amazon Prime, but I don't think it's necessarily the way you think. Okay. I'm gonna say it's 35-21, Chargers winning. Here's the thing.
Chargers.
Last week I was on board with the Chiefs beating the Cardinals. I knew the Cardinals, for however good their offense is, they were still lacking sorely defensively, and then they ended up missing quite a few parts going into the game. Now you're going to sit here, and we've got the Chargers, who looked really good coming out last week. We know the Raiders are going to be good. We know the Chargers are going to be good. And in theory, the Chargers should be getting close to getting J.C. Jackson back. That was their prize free agency acquisition.
Yep.
That defensive line looked great this past week. I don't necessarily trust the Chiefs' defense. They still allowed 21 points to Arizona, missing their top 2 targets. So I think the Chargers are going to give it to them. I think they're going to humble Kansas City and make them realize, hey, you guys aren't necessarily the number one in the division anymore.
And we'll see. That's going to be an interesting one.
Absolutely. But then we move on to Sunday. The Sunday slate, 1 p.m. Carolina Panthers, New York Giants. The Giants are a favorite, guys. This is the first time in almost 2 years we can say that.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
There's a ghost.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting with the Giants and the Panthers, because both matches that they had in week 1 were close. They were all relatively close.
But here's the big difference. The Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans are 2 very different opponents to stay close with.
Absolutely. But, you know, the Giants, I will say, plug here, they helped me on my fantasy league with Saquon Barkley winning it for me. So I think the Giants will win this. I think it's going to be relatively close, but, you know, with the way he went, because the two-point conversion risky thing right there rather than go for the tie. I think the Giants will win. I got it 24 to 17.
Okay. I'm not going to stray too far from here. Carolina does not look like a team that I expected them to, considering they lost to Cleveland. And granted, I know it was very close, but
close game.
You just lost to Cleveland and Jacoby Brissett. I don't have much hope and faith for you on that one. The Giants look like a whole other team. I kept telling everybody, Daniel Jones might look really good with Brian Dable.
I said, he has potential, man. It's...
I keep
everyone
saying
hates this guy. Since draft day, they've buried this guy so badly.
I keep saying it, and I think I've got the proper thing of saying it. He is Josh Allen light. He doesn't have the arm strength Josh has. He's more than got the rushing ability when he gets rushed.
He ran 89 yards before he slipped. Everyone's memed that, but it's it was a big play.
And that was, last year, right?
Yeah, it was last year.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg here because, the kid's athletic, the kid's got an arm, you have talent there. When Brian Dable lets Kadarius Toney out of the doghouse, the Giants will be even better. You see any of that kid's plays yesterday?
Oh, what?
But did you watch that game?
No, I was watching the Packers game.
So Kadarius Toney only got 7 snaps all game in the fourth quarter. Yeah. That's when he finally got in the game. In 2 of those 7 snaps, he made about 7 people miss on tackles with the ball in his hand. The kid's talented. They just got to find a way to use him.
Yep.
But I'm going to go Giants here. I'm going to go right with you, 24-14. I think it's a 10-point game, but I definitely think the Giants pull that one off. Next, we've got the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The New England Patriots are the 1-point favorite.
And the Patriots didn't look very good last week. Though I will say something with the Patriots, because you were right on this one. They did, in theory, blow them out, but it didn't really feel like a blowout ever. It felt like the Patriots...
any game where two is the quarterback going to feel like a blowout?
But no, it was it felt like Jones, a couple times, it looked like he was going to, score, and then they didn't, and it was just really weird. It never felt like they were really in control, but they won by a lot, technically. I don't know how to put that.
To say the same thing. Pittsburgh wins, 23-20 in overtime?
Yeah.
That should be something that never happens. I gave Pittsburgh a lot of credit last week on the show.
Missed the extra point.
You're right, but they blocked it, didn't they?
Blocked it.
That's it. So that's on your special teams.
They were missing their long snapper, though. So
but you're still out here having to do all this work. I give Pittsburgh credit going in. If Pittsburgh could hang with, I told you, Pittsburgh would hang with them and they'd probably lose at the end. Similar to Indy and Houston. What did I say? Houston and Indy would go to overtime and it would be 20-17, and it went to overtime, tied 2020, and ended 2020. I'm on the wavelength, guys, but I'm going to go ahead and kick it off here. I want to say Pittsburgh wins 28-13. Yeah, listen, Pittsburgh's got a better defense than Miami.
Yeah.
New England's not going to shore up the secondary issue anytime soon, and their line doesn't look good. So,
I got the Steelers winning, but it's going to be very similar to last week. I think it's going to be 16-13. Steelers win, probably in overtime. In overtime.
So you're saying that Mitch Trubisky's going to make a name for himself here of being the guy who can't win a regulation, but he can pull it out with ice in his veins in overtime.
Not necessarily, with that, but that they can win close, I guess, with the defense.
Next game, a 1 o'clock game, an interesting 1 o'clock game. I'm used to seeing both these teams at 4 on Sundays. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. The Bucs are 3-point favorites.
And I think the Buccaneers will win the game. I think it will be close. Saints did kind of look okay. The Bucs, they didn't really score that much.
No, and Denver's not a good defense.
Or you mean Dallas?
Dallas, yeah. Yes.
But I just can't not bet on Brady not winning this game at this point. I think the Bucs will win 21-14.
You can go have your Brady pity party.
I hope he does lose, but I just can't see.
You can go do that. And in the meantime, I'm going to go Jameis, and I'm going to eat some dubs with the Saints. I think Jameis is just going to get started. You got to think that's a pretty damn good comeback for a guy who's coming off a torn ACL.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got 3 good receivers in the helm. You know how many he had last year?
They're back now.
Well, one of them back.
Thomas was gone.
One of them back. Thomas missed all last year. He did not play a single game.
That's right.
Thomas has not played a game with Jameis. Jameis had the crew of replacements. He had 3 mediocre wide receivers at best. Now you've given him Michael Thomas. Say what you want about him. Shit talk his route running. Still a top receiver in the league. He's proved that yesterday. Yep. You're going to sit here with Chris Olave, who's one of my favorite rookies, and then you're going to add Jarvis Landry? Yeah, man, I think New Orleans is going to come out. And it might be the same thing. They start slow. I think Jameis is going to have a couple weeks he starts slow before he finally gets good.
Did you have the score?
I'm about to get there right now. I'm going to say right now, I think the Saints win 27-20.
Okay, touchdown game.
Touchdown game. The New York Football Jetropolitans against
Jets.
the Cleveland
Browns.
Brownies.
The Cleveland Browns, a.k.a. the Elves.
6 points from the Brownies. I think the only correct thing on this is the under, or over-under being 40, because I think that's a possible point. If Zach Wilson was playing, I'm playing the Jets all day.
I mean, I was playing the Jets last week, and it didn't happen the way I thought it would.
But because you wanted Joe Flacco as the guy, and Joe Flacco didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything. I mean, I thought it was going to happen.
But he's elite.
He was elite, like, years ago.
But he's elite.
He was.
He was elite for 4 games. It got him paid and screwed the team. Check, please.
Oh, no, the next season they did make the playoffs.
Yeah, but he took a huge step backwards statistically. He had 1 or 2 good seasons. That's all you need to do in this league to get paid. Ladies and gentlemen, find a way into the league, have a good year, get paid, don't worry about being a good.
Or win
good again.
or
Shout out to you, Le'Veon Bell.
Or win a Super Bowl.
That too. I'm going to say, for how much I dislike Jacoby Brissett as the starting quarterback, their defense looked damn good. Browns win this one 16-3. It's an ugly game. No one should have to watch this football, but you're gonna because it's football anyways.
I think it will be close, but it will be probably not a good game. I think it will be 17-14 Browns.
I mean, we're still both taking the under and both agreeing it's gonna be the under.
Yeah. Unless Wilson maybe play, then maybe a little different, but I don't know. But
apparently, although they haven't put him on the IR, they're not planning on Zach Wilson coming into a game until week 4. They're going to take him along slowly. They don't want to hamper him as a young kid.
So he's not getting. So he's
apparently
not
no. That's what I'm saying. He's not unless they're that disgruntled by Joe Flacco's play that they go, hey, we really need you to come back.
They got that other guy.
Oh, should have been a first-round pick, Mike White.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the Miami Dolphins.
He beat the Cincinnati Bengals, won the AFC Championship.
Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars beat the Buffalo Bills last year. Any given Sunday. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars also knocked the Colts out of the playoffs. So, like, any given Sunday fits so well. The Miami Dolphins, the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are a 3.5-point favorite.
I got the I got the Ravens winning this game.
So what
do you got? You think it's gonna be upset?
I do, and the problem is I don't know enough about Baltimore right now. Given that we don't know if Ronnie Stanley's coming back, that's their starting All-Pro left tackle. He's already missed this game. J.K. Dobbin didn't fire up and play for them, and granted, yes, I know it's the Jets, but you beat a Jets team that was very young. You beat a Jets team that had an awful quarterback. I don't like Tua, but at this point, I'm positive myself or Frank could sub into Miami and throw passes to Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I've said that the whole time. As long as one of them can stay open and the other one runs an under route, they're going to be fine. Miami looked damn good yesterday. I didn't think it was a coincidence that they beat the Pats. And I don't think it's going to be a coincidence, especially because Waddle and Hill like to swap out going in the slot. Baltimore's starting slot receiver is out for the year. Just tore his ACL yesterday.
Yep.
Big things, man. All it takes is that slot guy to have 2 touchdowns, and guess what? That's a 2-touchdown swing that you're not ready for. I'm going to say Miami does it. I'm going to say it's 20-13 Miami.
I got the Ravens. I don't trust the Dolphins. Quarterback play, Tua.
You're going to say I don't trust the Dolphins, but we're talking quarterback play and you trust Lamar Jackson?
He's a former MVP.
As a talented player, I'm never going to call that man a quarterback. Over my dead body am I calling him a quarterback.
I'm all in on Lamar on this one. I got Lamar and the Ravens winning 20 to...
You're going to 20-13 and just reverse me?
20-10.
20-10. Listen, if there's one thing Baltimore knows how to do well, it's overpay quarterbacks who are mediocre at best. Washington Commanders, Detroit Lions. Detroit is a 2.5-point favorite here.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, dude. Look how well they looked yesterday. I know they lost to Philadelphia, but they came back in it. They scored. That might be the first time in 4 years they've scored 30 points.
Yeah. Well.
See, you're really screwed here because either you have to pick the Lions or you have to pick Carson Wentz, and you don't want to do either of those. You gonna go for a tie?
I'm on the side with the commies over here. Man, the Lions play really good against the Eagles, as it pains me to say.
You know how much you hate the Vikings right now?
I hate
I have a prediction in about 3 years. You're gonna hate Detroit as much as you hate Minnesota right now. I'm still not saying that Green Bay is gonna go away.
That Jefferson guy, man, he just freaking.
You're right, but everything's starting to go away besides Jefferson. Jefferson's the only thing in Minnesota that's scary. Detroit's whole team is coming up on a level. You've got a guy in Detroit who was a former Packer, and he's a huge anime fan of Jamal Williams. You gotta love him at least, right?
Yeah. It pains me to say this, but I think Detroit will win the game. I think it's going to be 27-14. I think the Commies lose.
We're on the same wavelength again. I'm going to go Detroit 28-17. Listen, Dan Campbell's a certified psychopath, but I love him. He's so fun to watch. That dude gives weird interviews. He was biting kneecaps. Dan Campbell's my hero. That's my spirit animal. Go Detroit. Powder blue, baby. Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Colts -4.
Tough one to go with here. I'm gonna just say the Colts win. It's a toss-up. I think it was close last week against the Texans. I think it'll probably be another close one. It'll probably be 20-17, maybe in overtime. They actually get it this time, but yeah.
I'm gonna roll with the Jags again, man. They're finding ways to stay in games. They lost by I think 4 points, but it's because Trevor Lawrence threw an untimely interception, which is still a young player mistake. It's basically a rookie mistake. He missed games last year. It's still within his first 16 games in the league.
And he has an actual head coach this year, unlike the head coach.
I don't love Doug Peterson, but he's much better than Urban Meyer.
And he won a Super Bowl. I mean, that for
they're not wrong. I'm gonna say Jags though. We're gonna call it 24-17. It's within a touchdown. It's not a blowout. But the Colts are just lackluster. Colts are obviously missing their heartbeat of their defense. Shaq Leonard's out. I almost said Shaq Lawson. That's the guy on the Bills. But yeah, dude, I think the Jags are eventually going to click. And when it does, it's going to be scary. I said the other day, actually, the Jags remind me of the Buffalo Bills from 4 years ago. You know why? You went out in the offseason, you got 2 mediocre receivers who've been good-ish at other places. You spent a lot on them, and you're hopeful that they can kind of help turn your guy around. Buffalo did it with John Brown and Cole Beasley. The Jacksonville Jaguars just did it with Zay Jones and Christian Kirk. It's the same thing. It's 2 mediocre receivers you're hoping can go to new lengths here. Atlanta Falcons, LA Rams. Frank, the Rams are a 10.5-point favorite. Might be the biggest on the spread.
Falcons win this game. I think the Rams are going to get blown out again. I got it 28-3. The Rams, I said it last week, that the Rams are going to have a rough year, and I knew the Bills were going to win, but they won by a shit ton, and Matthew Stafford looked like crap. He looked like crap. That arm is not there.
Listen, as a Bills fan, I will give respect all day and every day to the Rams. That's still a good team. I think they came in at the same level Buffalo did last year when Buffalo lost to Pittsburgh Week 1. They came in way too high. Either Jalen Ramsey came in this kind of high or that kind of high, but that dude looked terrible. You're playing still top 5 defense in the league in Buffalo. I understand not scoring that many points. Yes, did I expect them to be that big of a difference? No. But the Bills' defense showed up and balled out.
You sure as hell loved it, though.
Oh, I had a great time, but here's the thing. If you weren't watching that game and only saw the score, the vision versus the final narrative are 2 different things. The Rams were in that game the entire first half.
Yeah, but I think that was more because the Bills screwed themselves, like that interception that really wasn't Allen's fault.
The first one to Isaiah McKenzie, yes, yeah. But that's the thing.
Like, if that doesn't happen, I think it's worse.
But I think if Josh Allen isn't Josh Allen, if that's any other quarterback and that's how you played through the first half, that's the Rams game and the Rams win it. I honestly think it was that narrative at the half is where that game changes. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think the Rams come back and they do get a victory. I don't think it's going to be in Rams fashion like last year. I think it's going to be like 24-14. I don't trust the Falcons right now, and the Falcons' defense is a whole hell of a lot worse than the Bills. So I'll take the Rams here. I don't love either of these teams right now. There's a lot of work to be done with both sides, but I'll take the Rams here. Currently, an NA. There's no score here. Seattle and San Fran. If I had to guess, it would be -3 for San Fran.
Okay, and so because Seattle plays tonight. And,
Correct.
We don't know what Seattle's going to be looking like. I suspect that they're going to not look very good.
I'd agree with that.
But based on what we've seen from San Francisco, which they played in a monsoon of a puddle, which I'm glad they did that because usually the NFL postpones these games these days with weather. But
yeah, but so they'll never postpone a rain game as long as it's not thunder and lightning. That's the thing. It was just rain. That's why they allowed that to go.
Just let it freaking.
Yeah, as long as conditions are not harmful to the fans. That's how they postpone. That's it. Unless there's a natural disaster of a snowstorm or a hurricane.
Yeah.
So
Ice Bowl wouldn't happen today.
I think it would have.
It was 15 below 0.
Didn't Minnesota play in something below negative last year?
I have no idea.
Yeah, there was one of the games
15 below 0.
I think it was.
Well, no, Minnesota.
Green
That's
Bay,
a dome. That's a dome.
Green Bay did last year. Green Bay had field temperatures on the field at like -6 last year. One of the games. I remember that because people were like, "I don't think these guys can play." I'm like, "It's the football. They'll be fine."
15 below 0.
It's the same, man. It's as long as the fans are in danger. If the players can opt out, they can go. I don't want to play in that. Makes you look like a little baby, but
yeah. They seem to have a fun time. They were like doing the puddle.
Hell yeah.
Puddle slide.
Hell yeah. Well, who do you got here?
If I had to say one right now, I'm gonna say San Francisco, just because I think Seattle has the worst of the quarterbacks right now with Geno Smith, but maybe they bench him by after the end of this game. But that's what I'm saying right now. I'm gonna probably say the 49ers win, like maybe 14-6.
I like that you're not giving them any points. I'm going to say Seattle wins because I hate Trey Lance. And I don't think he's good. And he did not look good this week. I don't care issues with the weather or not.
Yeah, because like if Garoppolo was in that, I think they could have won that game.
Here's the thing. Trey Lance is supposed to be known as this godly runner. That's your time. That's all you should have done in that game was run.
Because
you didn't do
it's
shit.
a running game. You mean less a game like that, you're going to do less passing
exactly.
than running.
And instead if you take away the 44-yard bomb to Jawan Jennings, he was 12 of 26 for like 120
and he
yards.
threw an interception.
Yes. Yeah. He's when your coaching staff has to approach 15-year players to go, hey man, no matter how bad it gets, stand with Trey, please. He ain't it. But yeah, I'm gonna go Seattle. You went San Fran. Houston Texans, Denver Broncos. Currently NA because we don't know what the Broncos are gonna do. I don't need scoring here. Denver's going to wallop Houston. Denver's not Indy. Denver has a high-profile passing attack and strong running backs and a better defense.
And they got a good quarterback now.
That's what I'm saying. They have Russ, and they've got solid receivers. I'm going to say it's 35-10 Denver. My first blowout of the week.
I'm going to say similar blowout. Maybe not as much as that, but I got it at 28-10.
Touchdown less. I think it's respectable.
So hopefully they start to realize that Miller's not the guy.
This is a tough one. Arizona visits the Las Vegas Raiders. 6 points for the Raiders here.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's actually going to be one of the closest games of the week. I'm going to go out of the score we saw a lot yesterday. So the Raiders do win it. Cardinals defense doesn't concern me. They're not very good. I'm going to say it's 21-20 final. It's a last-second field goal for the Raiders.
Oh, for the Raiders.
I'm going to say it's a last-second field goal where the Raiders win that game, but I don't really have too much of a concern with either team, and I don't think the Raiders are going to blow them out. Like, I like the Raiders, but I think the Cardinals are good enough to keep in with them.
I got the Raiders winning. I think it's going to be probably a competitive game because the Cardinals can put up points. I think it's going to be 31-28.
I like it.
Feel good.
Yeah, so you're saying no defense at all. I'm saying a little bit more defense. So I like it. Cincinnati Bengals, Dallas Cowboys. Currently a 7-point line, should probably be adjusted greatly.
Yeah.
As Dallas doesn't have Dak or left tackle.
This might have been before they had the report.
No, this is current, up to date.
Oh,
this
really?
was this is an updating as it goes.
Oh wow.
I know.
Who's their quarterback then?
Cooper Rush.
I haven't heard of him.
He looks like me.
Oh, well,
He's a weird ginger without the long hair.
That's a plus.
Add him to my list of doppelgangers. I'm going to say Cincy wins this game 28 to 7. Dallas couldn't score yesterday. I'm not going to expect him to change it with Cooper Rush.
I got the Bengals also winning, though I do have concerns with the Bengals offensive line, though they've had that since last year.
However, Pittsburgh's got really good pass rushers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, their offensive line, though, like with the Titans and stuff like that, they were not really good. And so that would be a concern here. But I still think in the end they still beat them regardless because the Cowboys don't have a quarterback. So in the end, they're going to get more opportunities to score points. Yeah. I got them winning 23 to 9.
Okay.
Give them 9.
9.
Give them
9.
Give them 3 field goals.
I thought we were going to go with they actually scored a touchdown, but then they missed an extra point and kicked field.
Hey, that's possible too. I go with 3 field goals.
Sunday Night Football.
God, we gotta make
from
you wait
the wonderful Lambeau Field.
Gotta make me wait until 8 o'clock for
you
this.
wait, Frank. I got a Thursday night opener and I gotta wait till Monday for the Bills. How do you think I feel? I've got almost 2 weeks without football. Green Bay is a 9.5-point favorite.
It's in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers this week.
My first question.
What?
Is Ellington Jenkins and David Bakhtiari back? That's a huge
As
play.
of right now, I don't think they've said anything on it yet.
Because that's a big point of this.
The biggest issue is, like you said, offensive line. That was yes, the receivers were not really getting things done.
Dukes looked good.
But that's not my point. Is that was in the second half when they started going. That's when they started kind of communicating and getting the receivers, getting passes with the running backs and their other receivers. But in the first half, it was atrocious. They couldn't go anywhere with it. They couldn't get anything done. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, right before the end of the half, he had to throw an interception because he tried. There's no one there. There was no one. He just did it as a desperation.
The very little football I did see yesterday.
It was on. It was on.
No, I know, but I was out golfing.
Okay.
I took one of my few Sundays where I don't have to watch a Bills game and get distracted to go do something I enjoy with golf. But I watched him make a great play on first down, get swallowed up on second down, try to avoid the rush on third down to turn into a huge hit, and then he was just livid. And I don't blame him. No one's helping.
Yeah, there was a sack that he had where we thought he was injured for a second.
Yeah, I think it was that sack. He got lit up.
Yeah, I think there was a total of 7 sacks in total, but it could have easily been more, the way they were playing. And Aaron didn't even try to run, which that was one thing. I was like, at this point, he needs to start running at this point. But
what is your prediction?
We're going to beat them. Obviously, I'm going to say that anyways, but I think we're going to beat them. I think this is a wake-up. I think he's going to get because if you remember, we lost week 1 last year to the Saints, and it was worse than this. I thought the Saints game was worse than this performance this week.
Offensively, yes, because Jameis barely had to do it. Jameis threw less than 200 yards and had 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Offensively, the Saints didn't do shit last year to have to beat you guys.
So, I think what we do here is this is a revenge game. I think we wake up call, we get right back in, just like we did in week 2 against the Lions last year. We get them, put on a lot of points. I think it's going to be like a 35-21 game, and Aaron's probably going to throw at least 4 touchdown passes in this game. That's what I got. I think this is going to be one of those games where it's just like last year, where he starts throwing more, and and I know you're thinking other words.
I'm sorry, pal. Here's my thing. If Sunday rolls around and Bakhtiari and Ellington Jenkins are back, I have no problem telling you Packers are going to win. Because they are. They're a good football team. That pains me to say, but they're a good football team. However, if Sunday rolls around, we do not have Allen Lazard again, who is doubtful. That was not a good thing. Ellington Jenkins and David Bakhtiari, who were both questionable, did not play the game. If 2 of those 3, especially the 2 linemen, are missing, I'm going to tell you right now, Chicago's going to pull it out in an ugly game, 17-13. Listen, Chicago looked good yesterday, with having no ability to make.
They didn't
moves.
score that much either, though, in that game.
How was the weather?
Well, it was crap.
But clearly neither team could throw the ball. You're not getting Justin Fields a chance to throw the ball. You're not opening up one-dimensional. So, yes, in that theory especially, the Niners should have kicked the shit out of them defensively. And Chicago held deep, made plays when they needed to. Justin Fields looks like he's going to be a bona fide star. He looks very good for the fact that everybody wrote him off last year. I'm just saying if...
I never wrote him off.
A lot of people did.
We were just better than him.
But
my team was just better.
I'm saying if you're missing your two pillar tackles, I'm going to put my money on Chicago here. Like I said, 17-13 final. It's going to be an ugly, slow game if the two tackles are missing. If not, Green Bay blows them out. I'm going to put my money down for the picking portion as Chicago, though.
All right.
Because I don't think two of the three will be back. On to Monday night, guys. It's a Monday night doubleheader. Monday night doubleheader.
ESPN.
I don't work for ESPN, nor do I get enough money from them to be doing whatever that was.
I got it wrong. That was the NBC intro, but I just screwed that up.
Buffalo Bills. The Tennessee Titans are traveling to the great white Western New York. It's not even white yet. To face the Bills of Buffalo. Bills are a 10-point favorite.
Yes.
You got to keep going. You got to keep putting those
Bills,
numbers up.
I mean, I already got it. I think Bills are going to win 37-14. I think it's a blowout.
I don't want to be cocky, but I think the Buffalo Bills are going to come in fired up because it's the first game at home.
They are the team to beat in the AFC. I'm not even a Bills fan.
I think it's the fact that it's the first game at home. They get their home audience back at full percentage this year, like ready to go.
This team is a day of reckoning.
This team is. Last year, a lot of people said this is Super Bowl or bust. I think this year's Super Bowl or bust. This is the team that, if you've ever had a close enough team to do it, it's this team. I'm gonna say it's 42. It's gonna be 42-21. For some reason, we cannot stop Tennessee when we play them, and it's always Derrick Henry. So I'm not gonna take that away. They're gonna score their points, but I don't have faith in Tennessee's defense. You're missing your top pass rusher in Harold Landry, and you've got Josh fucking Allen.
Yeah.
All it needs to be said. 42-21 Buffalo Bills. Highest scores of the week. And then the late Monday night game. I know who Frank's going to be rooting for in this one. I know Frank's probably going to pick in this one. But the Philadelphia Eagles, the Minnesota Vikings. Philadelphia's a 2-point favorite.
Good.
That's impressive given how close the Detroit game is. That should tell you, gauge where Detroit is. If Detroit almost beat them and it's only 2 points to Minnesota.
Philly will win this game. They will win. They will screw these Vikings up like down. They will beat them. They will emancipate them. They will take them down. It will be 35-14.
Listen, you remember on the show last week how tough of a time I had picking Philadelphia over Detroit, correct?
Eagles will win this game.
No. You remember how tough of a time I had last week, right?
Yeah.
Got to summarize it real quick here, guys. Fly, Eagles, fly. Philadelphia's taking them down. I have no faith in Minnesota. I handily picked Green Bay last week. I think that's a fluke. I don't think the Vikings are back. Kirk Cousins doesn't scare me. Justin Jefferson, great player, phenomenal talent. Fantasy-wise, you're going to love him. I think Minnesota's going to have a lot. Minnesota's going to have a lot of garbage time this year. Justin Jefferson's going to do what Cooper Kupp did on the opposite end because they're not going to be winners.
Well, Cooper Kupp's doing good for me.
You're right, but what I'm saying is Justin Jefferson's going to probably be the number one receiver in all of fantasy this year. They're going to keep throwing him. They don't have much else. You have Old Man Adam. He's not
They got
great.
Cooks for running back.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If they're down by that much, you're not going to see Dalvin Cook get many points. I like Dalvin Cook. I've always liked Dalvin Cook. Minnesota's burnt. Game over. Philadelphia, 28-10.
Well, I'm hoping for that anyways. Anyway, anything that does to make sure the Eagles win, because I don't want the Vikings winning.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Those were all the picks, though. So
Anything else you've got?
that's it. Guys, for the...
Can I get a shout-out?
Yeah, you can.
We'll give a shout-out. They're on my shirt. My guys, Double Dubs. Some of the best chicken wings I've ever had. And they're not even in Buffalo. Shout out to Double Dubs out of Laramie, Wyoming, and they're Josh Allen's friends.
Perfect.
Shout out to Fantasy Beasts when we find them. Shout out to Tiki Tribe Productions. We're trying to figure out how to get that on the site.
Eventually, we might get a banner of the...
We can work on that.
stream.
It'll probably be October. We'll get that
October,
mid-season.
Yeah.
Frank, take us home, buddy.
That is about it. Again, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell for all the latest contents. Make sure to check out the website for the
That's
Tiki.
probably the wrong side of the screen that I'm pointing up at, but ding, 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 hit the bell.
Ding, ding, yep. And then hit the website, Tiki Utes Pro.
TikiTribePro.squarespace.com. I'm working on making that way easier for you guys. I'm trying to buy outright TikiTribePro.com. We'll get there.
Yeah. And, that is about it. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. Kyle?
I am the Buffalo.
Rain 48.
I am Rainy 48. I was waiting for you to just go, peace!
I'm out of here. Peace, go Pack, go!